All right, so here's another video about how to find the inverse of a function. I did a kind of a slower intro video, so hopefully you can find that. But this is going to be a little bit more advanced. We're going to do numbers 3 and 4 here because these are rational functions. How exciting. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at number 3. First thing I would do, I know that f of x is going to be my y term, and x is going to be my x term, obviously. So that one worked out nice. Numbers 1 and 2, again, it was n and f of n, so students usually get a little confused, so I had to explain that. So first thing I'm going to do is switch places. So it's going to be x equals 4 over negative y minus 1 minus 2. All right, first step is I'm going to add 2 to both sides. So x plus 2 equals 4 over negative y minus 1. All right, so I'm going to put an invisible 1 under x plus 2. And in order to solve this, I'm going to cross multiply, to which you might say, oh no, this looks kind of confusing. There's my butterfly. So it's going to be negative y minus 1 times x plus 2 equals 4. Now, I'm not going to worry because most people say, oh, I have to distribute here and then here, and I have to follow that. No, I don't have to. I'm going to leave them separate because the goal is to get y by itself. And so if that's my goal, we'll just leave it untouched and just get rid of x plus 2, right? We divide because it's being multiplied, x plus 2 on both sides. So that's going to give me negative y minus 1 equals 4 over x plus 2. Okay, and then to get y by itself, we continue. We're going to add 1 to both sides. Okay, and then the last thing is I'm going to multiply everything by negative 1. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I have negative y, I need a positive y. So it's going to be positive y equals negative 4 over x plus 2 minus 1. Now, students might say, well, wait. Doesn't the negative affect the 4 on top and the x minus 2 on the bottom, or x plus 2 on the bottom? No, because only one part of the fraction needs to be negative. Because if both were negative, then they just make positives anyway. So when we multiply by negative 1 with a fraction, it only applies, I usually like to only apply it to the numerator. And obviously, negative times a positive 1 is negative 1. So that is the inverse of number 3 right there. Okay, and now let's look at number 4. So for number 4, again, f of x is y, x is x. So let's go ahead and do x equals negative 20 minus 2y over 5. Okay. Goal is to get y by itself. Nothing I can really add or subtract, so let's start cross multiplying right now. Okay, so it's going to give me 5x equals negative 20 minus 2y. Because if I distribute a 1, it's all the same. All right, so let's add 20 to both sides. So I get 5x plus 20 equals negative 2y. Final step here is I need to divide by negative 2. And that's going to give me y equals negative 5 halves x. And then 20 divided by negative 2 is going to be negative 10. And so you can always reduce if you can, and in this case we could, so there we go. There's the answer for that. So that is how we find inverses of functions. Those were a couple more difficult ones. Hopefully these are helpful.